Lawyers representing the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, have tackled President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima over their final submissions that the Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in Abuja should not nullify the claimed election victory over a 30-year-old United States District Court judgment. In 1993, Tinubu was ordered to forfeit $460,000 in his bank account, suspected to be proceeds of narcotics deals. Obi noted how the U.S. judgment allegedly cited Tinubu's home as drop-off point for heroin, urging the court to remove the president on that ground. The Whistler reports that in his petition, Obi argued that the president was at the time of the February 25 presidential election not qualified to contest the polls of any other election in Nigeria because of the United States District Court judgment that forced him to forfeit monies allegedly traced to drug trafficking. But in their final written address at the PAPC, Tinubu's legal team led by Chief Wole Olanipekun contended, among other things, that while the said drug forfeiture order came 30 years ago, 1993, Section 137(1)(e) of the 1999 Constitution states that a conviction has expired after 10 years. Tinubu's team also argued that the said judgment cannot be enforced in Nigeria because it is yet to be registered in Nigeria, in line with the clear provisions of Section 3 of the Reciprocal Enforcement of Foreign Judgment Ordinance and Foreign Judgment Reciprocal Enforcement Act. But in his final address, dated July 20, Obi's lead counsel, Levi Izoku, told the PAPC that Tinubu to date has not challenged the order of forfeiture made by the U.S. court, implying he has admitted to have forfeited monies traced to narcotic deals. Uzoku added further that the U.S. judgment noted an investigation by the country's custom, which allegedly discovered the president's home as drop-off points for heroin. The import of the order was to underscore that the proceeding in Exhibit PAS above forfeiture proceedings, based among other things by the revelation finding in the affidavit of Kevin Moss, a special agent and investigator on financial crime, money laundering, and narcotics trafficking. Inter alia that interviews with investigators from the U.S. Customs Service. With investigations from the U.S. Customs Service disclosed that the address at 7504 S Stewart Avenue is known as a drop-off point for packages from Nigeria that contain white heroin, and that in the application to open his account at First Heritage Bank, Illinois, Chicago, Tinubu stated that his address was 7504 South Stewart, Uzoku stated. He argued that one of the provisions of the law Uzoku urged the PAPC to dismiss Olanipekun's argument that a foreign judgment has to be registered in Nigeria before it can be enforced on a citizen of the country. Uzoku added that what the law requires is that a party who intends to rely on the judgment of a foreign court must comply with either of two options, namely as follows: A. By selling the judgment with the sale of the foreign court. B. By a copy certified by the legal keeper with a certificate or of a notary public or of a consul or diplomatic agent stating that the copy is duly certified by the officer. Thank you for listening.